I had a whiteboard in 2020, and this goes for any industry. Set a long-term goal for the year. So I had like supplement sponsor, clothing sponsor, hit X amount of followers on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. But the thing is, a lot of people will see those long-term goals and they'll evaluate their progress, halfway through the year. And if they feel like they're not getting close to it yet, they'll get really down on themselves. Next thing you know, you just stop and you give up. So the biggest thing is to not get too focused on that long-term goal. And is to set very short-term goals that are going to help lead you to that long-term goal, so you never end up thinking about that long-term goal, if that makes sense. Let me explain. So in my industry, social media, what I had was post 3 TikToks a day, go live on Instagram once a day, edit or upload a YouTube video today, and I would have a checkbox and I have to check all of them out. And what I believe, and this literally worked for me, is if I do each one of these things every single day to my best ability, over time, I'm going to hit these long-term goals. So that would just help my mind, because I get so caught up in the long-term game of things, and I get overwhelmed and it ends up messing me up in the short term, versus when I see that list, what can I do today that is going to lead me to that? That's just so much easier for my body and my brain to process, because that's what I genuinely do have control over in this moment here and now, versus, what lies ahead. You know what I mean? So for these goals, like let's say you're trying to get into wholesaling real estate, right? You have a long-term goal, you want to make X amount of money in a year from wholesaling real estate. Now your daily goal should be maybe purchase a wholesaling real estate course and complete, study 2 hours of it. Check. Next thing is make, I think it works like you have like leads or calls, like make like 20 calls today trying to find leads to find like wholesale deals. Check. And as long as you do those things every day, you're going to eventually get closer and closer to that long-term goal.